Hi everyone, Katie here. Welcome back to another layout video. Today I am scrapbooking Easter puppy pictures. I am using my Celebrate Easter kit from Echo Park. This came in one of the warehouse boxes I've gotten. So I'm just kind of flipping through my papers and seeing what I have. These are very themed kits, which sometimes I'm super into the very themed kits for like holidays, like Easter and things like that. So I know I want to stay within the kit. And I pick out like this blue background paper, the page that has the cut apart cards, and then these pretty little flowers. Now, the flowers repeating constantly all over the page was a little bit much, in my opinion. I knew I wanted to use just like the blue as my main background. But I wanted to use the flowers for some accents. So I cut out two like strips of them. They're alternating blue and pink, and then the other rows alternating blue and yellow. And I'm starting to very rough, cut them out. I'm not trying to make these flowers perfect by any means. I am not trying to, be super intricate and detailed. I just want to create a not perfectly straight line and also not just like a wonky line. A line that sort of follows my flowers here. So as you can see, as I'm like fussy cutting these out, I have my scissors open very wide in my hand. I'm using the like inside blades to cut. And my right hand, my dominant hand, is pretty much, staying in one place. I am moving the paper with my left hand. So that is how I fussy cut, at least. I am certain there are other techniques and other people do it differently. I'm not saying what I do is the best. I'm just saying that is what is comfortable for me. So that's what I do. If you have something else that's different or more comfortable for you, then you know what, go for it. Whatever works. Ultimately, you just don't want your hand to get tired, before you can finish scrapping, right? So I'm doing this again for my second little row of flowers. This one, I think I even become less exact and less detailed than I was with the first one because, like I said, I'm not trying to have any perfect lines on this. I just really want the different lines in order to give my layout a little bit more interest and just like the different levels, I suppose, instead of seeing just like a straight line across. So that's what I am doing here as I finish this up. I know I wanted to kind of create a shelf in my layout as well, the two of these flower rows together. And I know I want to stack them somehow, but I haven't, quite figured that out. My two pictures here are of my little pup on Easter. It was his very first Easter. And the Easter Bunny, with the help of a local, no-kill shelter, hid 10 Easter eggs in our front yard filled with dog treats. So it was a ton of fun to watch Kip sniff out his little treat-filled eggs. So those are our pictures after he collected all 10 of our eggs. So I wanted to trim them down because I know I want to mat the photos. And also, my main subject, my pup and his eggs, are right in the middle, and there's a lot of, fluff in the background too. So I'm mounting my photos, on actually the flip side of the flower paper, which worked out just perfectly. It's a white background with the same pink, green, blue, very pastel color polka dots. So I thought it worked out perfectly. And to mount my photo, I made 4x6 photo mats. Since I trimmed down my photos, I knew that would look nice. So I have my photos, I have my little flower border, and I decide it is a little too perfect. So I get my Distress ink. This is a mini Distress ink pad. It is in Picked Raspberry. Obviously that's a pretty little pink color that I thought would coordinate well with this layout and the colors that are already in it. So I do ink up the edges of both my photo mats and the little flower border that I've been working on. It is certainly not perfect on the flower border, let me tell you, because of course I have all those little bumps and ridges that I just didn't get my ink pad in, and I could have gotten out one of my inking tools or something to do a more perfect job, but you know what? I thought it looked great just as it was, and it achieved, the effect that I was going for, and that is what matters. At least that's what matters to me. So I have my layout idea in mind. I want these flowers to create a shelf for my photos to sit on, which is exactly what they're going to do. And I also want them to kind of nestle together, like there are 2 rows of flowers here. So I put one down. It happens to be the yellow and blue one. That gets flat on the page. And I do use my grid lines on my self-healing mat behind to help me, just make sure that I am lining things up straight. It's not as perfect as like a T-square or something, but again, this is something that works for me, so that's what I do. And I pop up my second row of flowers on some foam tape and foam squares. I ran out my foam tape on this, but I have more. I was just too lazy to get it. But I think this kind of gives it a little more dimension and also makes it so that it doesn't look like it is one, big solid block of flowers. It's, 2 rows of flowers, which is the effect I was going for. So popping it up really helped out. Now from the cut apart sheet, I took this cute little carrot journaling box that says notes, and I really heavily ink up the edges here. There's already a lot of white on my page. There's just a lot of white in these patterns, which is very pretty and very springy, but I did not want things to just kind of run together. It just be kind of a blah of white. Oh, black dog, blah of white, So I really inked up the edges pretty intensely using that same Distress ink and Picked Raspberry, the little mini pad. And I'm writing my journaling just about how fun it was to have our little Kip sniff out his Easter eggs on Easter morning, and he had so much fun finding all of them, and he was very happy. He enjoyed the treats, and unfortunately, he enjoyed crunching on some of the eggs when we weren't looking. They are plastic eggs. But he did not eat anything. He just kind of destroyed them, unfortunately. So that's what I put in there on my journaling, and now it's like, okay, I really like the basic, of my layout and how it's coming together, but it does need a little bit more. Not too much more, just because I feel like all the colors is kind of a lot. So for my title, I just take from the sticker sheet that was in this collection. It says Happy Easter, and I gently lay it down on my layout. I do not press it down because I'm not exactly sure. I don't know exactly what I want. And I also have this cute little brown bunny or chocolate bunny sticker, and you saw the little chick sticker that I pulled off the sticker sheet. Since this is such a themed sticker sheet, I want to use it, when I'm doing Easter layouts, because most likely I'm either going to use it or it's never going to get used, because there aren't that many opportunities to make Easter layouts other than Easter, right? So that's why I'm really pulling my embellishments mainly from the sticker sheet. I want to use it. I've got these products. I want to use it. Now, the chocolate bunny, I popped up partially on foam squares because it overlaps the already raised part of the flower border, and I think it looks cute there. I'm kind of creating this diagonal, visual diagonal, I suppose, starting from the bottom left corner, going up to the top right. So we could call it a loose diagonal. I won't say it's perfect. But I am popping up the words Happy Easter. It's already a sticker. I did not need to do this. I just like the way it looks. This did involve me cutting apart some little foam dots. I could just get some, smaller foam dots, but when I buy in mega bulk. So I've got a lot of these. And I'm not trying to, go buy lots and lots and lots of other things when I can just make my products work. Because that's what works for me. So now I'm trying to see, okay, what more? There needs to be a little something more on this layout. So I pull out some enamel dots. I think those are pretty essential. And I use the kind of like hot pink ones that I really originally did not know when I would use, but I think it really goes well. It's almost the same color as the picked raspberry ink. So I think they work well. I add 3 down there in the bottom left corner, and I start out with just 3 in the top right, but I end up adding 1 more, and usually, even numbers are not ideal with, clusters and things like that, but I just really preferred the way it looked since it was a much bigger area. I'm adding a doodly border around the edge here, just to kind of frame in the layout and contain it. And then I really kind of like the embellishment I have. I don't really want to add much more, but that means it's time for my little splatter bits. And I use 3 colors. They're all Heidi Swapp Color Shine. One is in Sweet Mint. That's like a teal color. The other is just called Pink, and that's a pink. And then the final one is a blue called Ocean. And I absolutely love these Heidi Swapp Color Shines. They leave a little shimmery bit there wherever you splat them. And I think it just turns out perfect. Now, once I finish up my color shine, that will complete my layout. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.